Hi, you guys. Thank you so much for tuning in. I'd like to take a moment to say welcome to everyone who is watching my video for the first time. Thank you for tuning in. Hello to all of my subscribers. Thank you for watching. And thank you for everyone who has followed me on Instagram. Last month, you guys got a chance to take advantage of a half off sale that I did for St. Patrick's Day. So thank you for all of your support. It was a really great turnout, you guys. And I would also like to announce that for the month of April, I will be offering all of my services half off. So you guys get a chance to take advantage of that. You can book your readings up to 6 months out, and there's no cap to how many readings you can book. So, you guys, we're about to get started with your monthly your monthly tarot reading. So, underneath the deck, you have the Six of Cups, okay? Six of Cups, the energy. Whew. I feel like you guys are spending a lot of time with your children. I think you're getting to know them all over again. I think you guys are in the present very much, enjoying the moment that you have with them. I also feel like you guys are also reconnecting with your inner child this month and just enjoying some simple pleasures. I also feel like from a love perspective, you guys are missing someone, or you guys are reminiscing about memories that you've had. Because this energy is associated with past energy. So somewhere there's some reminiscing. Maybe there's just something you miss in life, something you're reflecting on. Your role this month is the Three of Cups. So it seems like this month will be a little bit topsy-turvy for you guys emotionally, and you guys are going to have to really focus on emotional balance, okay? The Three of Cups is in reverse, and it makes me feel like a loss of pleasure. You know, maybe you feel like you've lost something, or you actually have lost something, because the Death card is present in your emotions. So maybe something that once brought you a lot of pleasure and happiness and joy, or someone, or like I said, something, it seems like you've lost it, or you feel like you're losing it, you know, and you're reminiscing on the good times, or rethinking your decision, or rethinking the past, or maybe you just missed the person, even if you've decided that you're not going back. Rethinking past relationships is definitely coming up. Don't be surprised if people come back from the past, you know, professing their love for you and chasing, you know, but here there's a little bit of a loss of pleasure. There will still be good times, but I'm also seeing that there's also a little bit of sadness, you know, loss in pleasure. It's not exactly heartbreak. What to expect? You guys have the Five of Wands. Five of Wands is conflict, but it's more so a battle of the egos, a battle of willpower, a battle of not getting what you want, or other people kind of interfering with what you want, or, you know, it's kind of tussling with a person or others around you because you guys aren't on the same page. Even though you may be trying to work toward the same goal, you're not on the same page, and each party wants something different. So you guys are working toward compromise here, and this may have something to do with that loss of pleasure, or what's throwing you off balance. There may be a lot of fighting or conflict around you. You guys may just need your space, your sanctuary, you know, and it seems like you're struggling to get that. You know, you're kind of struggling to get something that you want, something that you need more of, something that you miss. I feel like a lot of you are missing music and dance as well, or some aspect of your past when it is associated with creativity. I also feel like the Hermit card here, unexpected, is saying you do need that solitude and you're going to retreat. I feel like you're tired of struggling, and now you're really looking for answers as to what's really happening here, whether it's your relationships with your children, or your parents, or your lover, or yourself. But there's some deep inner work going on here. You guys are thinking deep. You're getting down to the root of what's going on. I feel that you're going to need some distance just for a little while. Allow yourself to have that space. The Emperor is here. And I feel like you need this space and this solitude in order for you to regain your power and to regain control of this situation. And not control in a sense of force, but just control in a sense of order and self-containment. I feel like there are two sides here. I feel like some of you are kind of needing to establish more boundaries and establish more order. You know, set some some boundaries for yourself. Set some rules for how you allow others to treat you, or set some rules for how you allow yourself to respond to conflict. But I also feel like some of you are kind of creating conflict because you're trying to force your way onto a situation or a person, or you're trying to, you really believe that your way is the right way, and it may be, but there needs to be a different approach here. Okay, so we need to aim for harmony. The Six of Cups is about emotional harmony and emotional balance. So I definitely think that you guys need to decide which side of the coin you're on, and maybe it comes from you balancing a little bit of both, you know. You have the Ten of Swords as your focus for the month of April, and this is about a painful ending. It could be about self-sabotage. It could be about betrayal. It could be the end of a particular way of thinking. It could be outmoded thinking, worst case scenario thinking. But here the mind is kind of getting the best of you. It's causing you agony. It's causing you pain. Maybe you've overthought something or thought something to death. Or maybe you just have been through a really painful separation, and you guys are kind of focused on that energy. So you want to move this to, you want to move it to a more open space of, it is the end. It's the end of something for you. It's the end of a cycle, a way of thinking, a way of being, or maybe the end of a relationship, and maybe you hate the way things went. But it's time for you guys to allow yourself to process that pain, you know, and process it emotionally, because a new dawn is coming. Something very new and something very different is coming for you guys. So you take the time you need to release the pain, but don't dwell in it. Okay. You have the Queen of Cups in your finances, which talks about how you're feeling about your finances, your emotional security. Maybe you're struggling to feel emotionally secure in your or financially secure, you know, with regard to your finances. Or maybe you guys are just having a hard time feeling that you have everything that you need and everything that you want. So it's important, you guys, to again regain that balance, but also allow yourself to be fluid. You know, pull back a little bit and go with the flow. See how that works for you. I also feel that it is a process of understanding your emotions and taking the time that you need for emotional reflection. So I also feel that this is a very, very creative energy, especially during those times when you're able to enjoy yourself and like enjoy those simple pleasures and getting back into with your inner child. I feel like it's going to be a very creative period. But for a time now, you guys may have been struggling a little bit with your creativity, and you'll see that ease up throughout the month, toward the end of the month. Emotionally, you guys have the Death card here. And this card indicates that there needs to be a release of something, a letting go of something. Okay, something may have come to an end, and it may place you guys in this hermit mode or this solitude space. So you're going through change. You're going through a transformation. And again, this may have something to do with some of you that are going through that painful ending or that painful separation. Some of you may be mourning or grieving something here, and you just need your space, you know? I also see that emotionally a transformation is taking place, especially on an intuitive, a spiritual level. It feels that you guys are beginning to trust more in your inner voice, or you're learning to trust more. I feel that with the Hermit card here, something beautiful comes out of this pain, you know, but you first need to understand what your pain is teaching you. You have the Knight of Wands in your task, and I feel that this is about staying active, staying alive, staying energized. I feel like it's about you exploring your passions. I feel that it's you exploring your sense of self and your ability to create, because you guys are very creative beings. I also feel like this sitting above the Emperor is also about self-containment. Like I said, you guys, self-control. You guys may be a little bit more prone to argue. This is feeling a little agitated, you know, just a little bit of frustration there. And the best thing to do is retreat, but tame your fires, you know. Continue to assert yourself, but just do it from a place of love, from a place of compassion, you know. Try to find that balance. You have the Three of Wands for your advice. So expect a positive outcome, you guys. Despite what's going on, despite everything that looks like it looks like a few endings. It looks like a period of solitude. And I do see a little bit of struggle here. Despite all of this, you guys do still have the simple joys that are present in every single moment. You do still have people around you that love you. You have great friends, great family here who you can reach out and lean on to. So stay positive and stay uplifted. Keep yourself surrounded by positive energy and positive vibrations. Get some fresh air, you know. For those of you that live near the ocean or near a body of water, I just feel like being able to see it, even if you're not able to be out in it, is therapeutic, you know. And I do feel like your ships are sailing in this month, you know. Leo, you guys look forward to the month despite the things that you're going through. You have the Fool card as your outcome energy, which is about a fresh start. I feel like by the end of this month, you guys are going to be liberated. You're going to be free. Even though this transformation has been a little bit painful for you, there's a sense of self and a power there that is untouchable. There's a sense of trust that you cultivate that really brings your manifestations to you a whole lot quicker. I feel like it's time for you to break out the box. Think outside of the box. Be you, be free, be creative. And I feel like you guys are going to really kind of feel like time restarts for you. You know, maybe it actually feels like a new year for you. You know, I also feel like you guys have some trusty companions. So again, lean on that emotional support. In your love oracles, you guys have the runner underneath the deck. And I feel like in regards to this situation where there's been some painful endings, I feel like this can go one or two ways. Either you guys are the runner and you're running from intimacy. You know, you may be listening to your fears. You may not be very trusting. You may feel a little insecure. You know, you might be popping off because you don't want to get close, you know. Or you could just be running because you're scared, you know. But some of you are dealing with a runner, you know, someone who's running from intimacy. They're running from love. They're listening to their fears or their ego or the lower vibrational energies that are keeping you guys from experiencing what you want to experience. I do feel that this person or you, whichever way this goes, I feel like these are childhood issues or these are maternal issues, you know, or these issues may stem from your ability to give and receive love or your ability to feel empathy, you know, and to give that empathy and sympathy, that understanding, the exchange. But I feel like this has to do with your emotional connection or this person's emotional connection to love. So I see the girl with the snake here, and this card also I see one or two ways. Either you're on the empathic side of this relationship where you're allowing certain things to transpire, or you've allowed a certain person to treat you a certain type of way without regarding your value and your worth. And this month you're saying, that's it, I'm done. It may be painful, but I'm free. For some of you, you may be just allowing too much to happen, you know. And on the other side, some of you are on the narcissist side of this card where you're only thinking of yourself, you know, or you may be dealing with someone who's only thinking of themselves. And if you're allowing yourself to be charmed or used, or you're charming someone, again, is the whole goal here is coming back to your emotional center and trusting, you know, trusting love, allowing yourself to experience love, but also being honest with yourself about where you are. You have the Axe card here asking you to stop the pattern. You know, whichever side of the coin you're on, this is the time where you have to stop the pattern if you want to experience that love that you're looking for. Boundaries, you guys. Whichever side of the coin you're on, boundaries. I feel like you guys are falling in love. Some of you are falling in love and you're seeing certain patterns resurface. And now you're kind of afraid to love again because you're afraid of repeating the same behavior. There's outdated thinking here. I'm picking up on so many different things right now. I just feel that solitude, prayer, meditation, just having that moment with God will really help you guys through a lot of this. You know, it's going to help you through all of it, actually. Let me be clear. It'll help you through all of it. You just need to regain a different sense of perspective. So in your Moonology cards this month, you have when a win-win outcome is forecast. This is a full moon in Libra. So this is about a relationship either ending during this time period, or this could be about a relationship that may be going through some struggles, and a win-win outcome is forecast for you guys. You have surrender to the divine, which is another full moon energy. So I feel like relationships are going to be very intense during this time period. Relationships are definitely going to be intensified, but you guys are very close to achieving your goal. If your goal is harmony between you and this partner, that is definitely possible with this type of energy. But also, if you're working on leaving a relationship where you feel like you've been charmed or used, or you're just accepting too much, this may be a time period where you may have tried and tried and tried before, but you actually get out of that pattern, or you step out of that relationship. Also, for those of you who are looking for love, who've been doing all this work, these love factors may apply to you in different ways. Yes, you may be working on certain patterns that, kind of replayed themselves and kept playing out in your life, but you guys are very close to achieving love. I see kisses here in your love oracle, and I feel like you guys are definitely going to be in the space of giving love and receiving love toward the end of this month. You have energy flows where my intention goes. Be mindful of what you focus on, you guys. You have when I lean on certainty and faith, I change my mind about the world I see. I feel like this, again, is about perspective. And I feel like, again, you guys are cultivating that trust and faith. And I feel like you're changing also the way you see yourself, the way you see your partner, and the way you see your reality. I feel that there's a lot of love around you guys, and sometimes you just have to take a moment to refocus on it, You have the presence of love will always cast out fear. And again, I mentioned someone here is a runner, and someone here is running, or someone is running away in this relationship. And I feel like holding a space of love, whether you're the one running or being run from, I feel that it's a very attractive energy. Love allows people to be vulnerable, but I do feel that love also has boundaries, so love, don't be afraid to love, you guys. For those of you that are running, be gentle. I just feel like I'm starting to feel like anxiety, so I feel like you just need to breathe. Take a deep breath, breathe your way through it. Take that time to meditate, but also to allow yourself to drop back into a place of love within yourself, You have another card here that says, I witness the darkness and call on the light with my prayer. Thank you, universe, for guiding me to perceive this fear through the eyes of the teacher of love. So again, this is about allowing yourself to drop into that loving awareness, allowing yourself to give love and receive love. I feel like even if you're afraid, or even if you feel anxiety with opening up again, it's going to be okay. But trust that your energy is flowing where your intentions are, and just see a positive outcome for yourself during this process. For your lessons this month, you have trust and you have blame. Okay, so again, having faith. You're learning to cultivate trust. It says, I accept that my inner voice will always guide me correctly. I do feel like, yes, you're getting in tune with your guidance, you guys, but I also feel like you hear your guidance clearly and you're learning to trust it more. And outside of that, I feel like this trust also trickles into your relationships and other aspects within your life, learning to live with more trust. And with the blame card here, I feel that you guys are learning to accept responsibility for your own happiness. I feel that a lot of you are learning to stop blaming others for whatever outcome has become of the situation, but just learning to accept responsibility and learning just to accept the situation for what it has become, learning the lessons you can out of it, and trusting that going forward, everything will be okay. In your self-care cards, you have movement, flow like water, sex, and look to the stars. Your underlying energy is make a meal. So I feel like a lot of you may be focusing on your health and nutrition. in a lot of ways, or you can better care for yourself by dietary changes or eating more fruits, eating more vegetables. But I also feel like a lot of you just love to cook, and maybe that's a way that you give and receive love is through food and making good, delicious meals and having family occasions. With the Look to the Stars card, I feel that a lot of you are aware of astrology, and a lot of you follow the forecast of the moon or astrology. Some of you are getting into astrology, but I also feel like this is about you guys focusing on your vision and your destiny. You know, look, always keep your eyes on your goal. Again, with this energy flows where my intention goes card, it reminds me to say, you know, keep your eyes on your vision. With the Sex card here and the Knight of Wands as your task above the Emperor, I do feel a lot of you are definitely feeling the need to have a release, you know, or to be sexual or to have intimacy, you know, but a lot of you are enjoying pleasure right now. I think sex goes beyond just physical body, but I do feel like this is about the enjoyment of pleasure as well. You also have flow like water and movement. So I also feel like this is a very sexually active time period, but it's also very healing as well. With the flow like water, again, I do feel like this is about you trusting your inner voice and your intuition. And I feel like movement also is about you getting active and dancing and moving and paying attention to your rhythm. Some of you are developing a new rhythm, especially you may notice it during sex, you know. Some of you may be concerned about your menstruals too. And if you've been having issues in that department, it may have something to do with your diet. I also feel that some of you are missing the water. Some of you are missing being near water. So I feel that a nice spiritual bath will be really good for a lot of you. Maybe a cup of baking soda, a cup of pink Himalayan salt, some of your favorite essential oils. You can include crystals, but I do feel like water is really, really essential to you guys. But it's also important for you guys to release control and go with the flow. Especially just allow yourself to move through the situation and move through life. Move with more pleasure. You have the forgiveness card in your chakra insight cards. You have guidance, emotional balance, will, and pleasure. So again, you guys, let's focus on emotional balance this month. I know things are a little bit shaky, but try to stabilize your emotions. Try to achieve peace and harmony the best you can. And I know that can be easier said than done, but you can do it through enjoying pleasure, enjoying beauty, enjoying sensuality, and enjoying sex. Just make sure you're healthy and you're safe, you know. I also feel that you guys are finding emotional balance when you're asserting yourselves or when you're expressing yourselves, and you're learning to consider how you feel and how the other person feels when you're giving and receiving energy. So whether it's conversation or whether it's just your actions, I feel like you guys are learning to be more empathic toward the people that are around you. With the guidance card, I feel like trusting your guidance is also going to help you guys to regain emotional balance. I feel like you can look to your inner guidance system for direction. Pay attention to the signs that are around you and the messages that the universe is sending you, even through your dreams or your oracle cards or through astrology even. But I definitely feel like this is a time period where you guys are cultivating forgiveness. You're developing compassion. You're learning to trust, and you're healing. Let go and let God, you guys. All is well. You have in your self-awareness cards, what is the most limiting belief keeping me from what I want now? Where am I with my health goals? Where do I want to be? Why am I not there? What will it take for me to feel well? How can I be more flexible right now? What am I looking for outside of myself that is already within me? Where can I create more space? What expectations do I have that are impossible to meet? Where am I called to use my voice right now? And what else could this mean is your underlying energy? So, what is the most limiting belief keeping you from what you want right now? And I feel like this is especially in the department of love and giving and receiving affection. What is it? Does it have something to do with trust or fear or blame? You know, what is it? You know, and I feel like you're going to become aware of that as you meditate and as you reflect and as you listen to your guidance, because your guidance is going to guide you toward your answers. The answers are within you. And I feel like that pertains to also what am I looking for outside of myself that is already within me. It's answers as well. But even in another person, you know, or a situation or a thing, I feel like you guys are seeking this pleasure and this enjoyment, this happiness outside of yourself, when the happiness needs to be cultivated within. Because as you cultivate that happiness within, you begin to see life from a totally different perspective. I feel like you guys can create more space emotionally. And as you create more space emotionally, you'll begin to see the things that you want manifest. As you let go, as you relax, as you forgive, as you cultivate compassion, you'll see things work out in your favor. I feel like when it comes to your health goals, I feel like that's why you have this make a meal card, because nutrition is very important to you guys. Where do you want to be with your health goals? You know, I feel like blame is here, and when it asks why am I not there, I feel like this is about you taking responsibility for your health and your diet as well this month. So you guys will be working on that, and I feel like you'll also create more space in your time to exercise and to make healthier meals or more nutritious meals if you haven't already. I feel like you guys can be a little bit more flexible with the expectations that you have of yourself and the expectations that you have of others. I feel like this is a time period where you are being called to vocalize more of your feelings, but to vocalize your feelings from a place of compassion. I do feel like you guys are really hard on yourself sometimes, and you may sometimes be really hard on your loved ones when they don't meet your expectations. Because you guys just really want everybody to be happy. You really just want to have a good time. You want to spread the love. You want to entertain. You want to enjoy, you know. So I feel like you expect people to maintain a certain space. And I do know you guys expect people to definitely maintain their energy. And I understand that. I respect that. But in some occasions, you guys still have to learn how to cultivate compassion, because not everyone is there, you know. So teach people how to love, you know, and allow yourself to be taught how to love. With each new person is someone new. So learn to love people in new ways. You know, falling in love is learning to love all over again with each individual. But I also feel like during this time, you're learning to cultivate that love for yourself as well. So with your last card, what could this mean? Maybe this breakup means something different. Maybe your perspective of this situation or of this person could change. Maybe you could be more flexible in the way that you're seeing this situation or the way that you're handling it. But there's a new perspective emerging here, you guys. So make the time for solitude so that you can get those insights that will help you to end this cycle and to move into the next phase in your life and in your relationships. Alrighty, Leos, thank you so much for tuning in. I really appreciate you watching the video. Don't forget, if you like the video, click like and subscribe if you haven't already. And don't forget to take advantage of the great special that we're having for the month of April. Alright, you guys, see you soon.